G'day YouTube, QuietPenguin here, back for some more matchup analysis with my Handlock deck. So today we've got BN Oracle back in the hot seat, and he's playing some Ramp Druid. And he's also playing one of the combo, so one Force of Nature, one Savage Raw. And we're on the play here, so here we're just going to keep the Molten Giant. It's not really important to have a turn 1 Zombie Chow in this matchup, and we don't really need the Ancient Watcher. So generally, Molten Giant's not the greatest keep just because it can take a little while for you to get down to 10. But it's going to be okay here. I think we've got time in this matchup generally. Unless he has an aggressive start with a Shade of Naxxramas, we're probably going to be alright. We've drawn pretty good here. We've got a Mountain Giant. We've also got the Ancient Watcher plus Sun Fury Protector combo. But here we just really want to life tap on turn 2 just to get our Mountain Giant ready on turn 4. So we'll life tap. We've got our second Molten Giant here, which is pretty good. Guys, and you'll notice that this video is a bit longer than my previous matchup videos with Mech Mage, and that's because I thought it'd be better off to include more games. So after this game, guys, you'll see at least one more. And that's because I really wanted to show you guys more of how the matchup plays out rather than just one game that might be a little bit lopsided. So this way you'll get to see, you'll get a better view of how the matchup plays out. So here we're just going to life tap again so that we can play a Mountain Giant next turn. And every time we life tap too, we're getting a little bit closer to these Molten Giants, which is pretty sweet. See what he has here. So he has a second Wild Growth, so he's going to be way ahead of us on mana this game, which is a little bit annoying. But that's what Ramp Druid does. Alright, so he's going to attack face here, make these Molten Giants even better. Alright, so we draw a Sludge Belcher, which is fine. And we'll play the first Giant. Hopefully he doesn't have the Big Game Hunter. I know BN Oracle's list is just playing the 1. It's pretty standard in Druid. And he's got it. Alright, so Giant number 1 down. Alright, so he's just going to play that in Hero Power. Another thing in general to keep in mind against Druid, guys, is you don't really want to have 4 minions out if you can avoid it. And that's just simply because some Druid decks are playing Mind Control tech, so you really don't want to give them a free minion if you can help it, especially in this deck, because a lot of our minions are pretty good. Alright, so here, most mana efficient players just Sludge Belcher and you can't deal with it easily, so we're just going to play that one out and pass. And let's see what he has here. So 7 mana, it's probably going to be like an Ancient of Law or something like that. Hopefully, if it's Ancient of War, we're going to have a pretty good turn. We're just going to be able to Siphon Soul it. But we'll see. Let's see what he has. I'm feeling pretty safe here. As long as we can get down to the point where we can play a couple of these, we're going to be feeling pretty good about ourselves, I'd say. Alright, so is this like... He innovates Keeper. Alright, so he's decided to play pretty aggressively here, which is an interesting take. So normally in the matchup you're probably going to want to keep Keeper of the Groves for Twilight Drake. So the fact that he played one here tells me that 1, he wants to be as aggressive as he can and sort of finish this game off. And 2, he probably has the second one in hand, considering how easily he used the first one. So here we could just Sludge Belcher into... Here's Sludge Belcher, Dark Bomb it. And then like Ancient Watcher plus Sun Fury Protector to taunt up, which is going to be pretty difficult for him to deal with. But if we do that, we're better off just Dark Bombing the Big Game Hunter off, because it just simply it's more attack, and we'll give him 1 less body to use next turn for whatever reason he might want bodies. We don't really have a great Hellfire turn here. There's nothing worth Siphon Souling. So that's the play we're going to make. We're just going to hit this. Play out an Ancient Watcher. Taunt them both up. And then we'll kill off the Big Game Hunter. And pass the turn. Alright, we would have liked to keep that Sun Fury Protector ideally for these 2 Molten Giants. But he's been putting enough pressure on us that we really need to do something about the board. Alright, let's see what he has here. Hopefully it's something that we can Siphon Soul. We don't really have a great play next turn. It's probably going to involve life tapping if we're not Siphon Souling something. So let's see what he does. Alright, so he just goes Keeper into Sludge, which makes a lot of sense. And Sludge into the Ancient Watcher. And Wrath. Swipe. Okay, Swipe Hero Power attack. That's a pretty good turn for him, and it also leaves us looking a little bit icky. Just because we don't really have a good follow-up here. We can't play Molten Giant, sorry. The fact that we drew a Shadow Flame here means that I'm pretty happy to just waste this Hellfire to get rid of these guys. We're going to life tap first and see what we get. Okay, so we get a Twilight Drake. So we can either play out a Twilight Drake here or Hellfire. And I'm going to play the Hellfire. So originally I was going to play the Hellfire because that way we wouldn't be in range of the Force of Nature Savage Roar combo, but we actually will be because it'll knock us down to exactly 14, which is a bit of a pain. But even if he has these minions here, he's going to be able to kill us with the combo anyway, because these will add extra damage on. So we're just going to play the Twilight Drake here and try and regain the board, but we're in a bit of a pickle here. Hopefully he doesn't have the combo here. He's only seen 11 cards and he's only playing 1 copy, so it's pretty unlikely. But we'll just have to see. Right, nope, no combo, which is good for us, an Ancient of Law. So it looks like he didn't have the second Keeper of the Grove, because I'm pretty sure he would have played it there if he did have it. And we've got these. Alright, he says a natural mistake. And there it was pretty bad, simply because he's let us play a Molten Giants pretty cheaply. But we can't really punish him, sadly. So we can attack this, and now that he's drawn some more cards, he's more likely to have access to the combo. So we really just want to kill off his board here. So we're going to start off by Mortal Coiling that. And then we've drawn a second Siphon Soul, which makes this play even better. So we're just going to Siphon Soul this Ancient of Law and get out of range of the combo. So guys, for those that don't know, Force of Nature makes 3 2/2s, and then Savage Roar gives all your characters +2. So it would be 2, 4, 6, and then 8, 10, 12, 14. Okay, so here he just plays out now Extraza, which is a pretty good play from him. We've got the Siphon Soul to deal with it, thankfully. But it means we're going to have 3 mana left over and nothing to really do with that turn. So we're going to life tap first, see what we draw, and now we'll Siphon Soul it, because Siphon Souling this here is going to get us back over that magical 14, and then we're just going to attack him in the face and pass. Alright, so we're in a bit of a pickle here. If we can get a chance to play out these Molten Giants, we're going to be really, really happy. But we'll just have to see how it goes. Alright, so he's played a charge here, which is a bit scary for us. And its second one is a taunt. Okay, so thankfully that was an excellent draw there, the Sun Fury Protector. So we're going to be able to attack this. Dark Bomb it to kill it. And then we've got 2, 4, 8. 2, 4, 6. So I'm just looking at whether or not we can life tap here. We can afford to do it. So we might as well, considering we're going to have a huge taunt set. We can now play these for free, but we can't really take advantage of it. So we could try and play like Sludge Belcher plus Zombie Chow, but it's not really worth it here. The other play that we can make is just Shadow Flaming this to get rid of his Druid of the Claw, which actually seems like a pretty good play. The fact that he charged this makes me think that he's got the combo. So if he's got the combo in hand, then he's really only got 3 other cards to work with. So I'm pretty okay just Shadow Flaming this. And then we can taunt up these guys. And he's already played his Big Game Hunter, so unless he's got like Black Knight or something in hand, we're going to be okay. And unfortunately, the end turn button is broken. I haven't really encountered this glitch a little bit, but hopefully the game will fix itself after this rope. Let's see. And doesn't look like it's fixed itself, guys. So we're going to be roping every turn, so sorry about that. I'll just let BN Oracle know what's going on. Is broken, sorry. Okay, so here he has to waste the Force of Nature Savage Roar combo just to get through our taunts, which we're perfectly okay with. Whoa, okay. What is his other play here? Alright, so he's got coin. He must have coin Wrath. Okay, so he was able to get rid of both our giants, which is pretty bad for us, although he's out of cards now, so there is normally a sweet spot. Try to find it. Okie dokie. Alright, so here, I know he's only playing one copy of the combo, and he's played, but even if I didn't know that, he's played a bunch of wild growths and stuff, so it's pretty fair to assume that he's only playing one copy of the combo, so I actually feel pretty safe taking a turn here to play Schneed's Old Shredder. Alright, and the button is back on, so that's good news. Alright, so hopefully he can't kill us from here, but I'm pretty sure that he can't. Alright, so he just plays a Sludge Belcher and attacks us, which is perfectly okay with us. So this turn we've got a pretty good turn in Sludge Belcher plus Antique Healbot to heal out of range of any crazy stuff, and never mind that because we've just drawn Lord Jaraxxus, which is a heal for 6, and now we're going to be able to get these awesome 6/6s online. So we can kill off the Sludge Belcher pretty easily here. Get rid of this and attack face. And now he's in a lot of trouble, guys. We don't want to play out the Zombie Chow here because we don't want him to gain 5 life. But from now on, he's going to be needing to deal with a 6/6 every turn, which gets out of hand really quickly. Alright, so he starts off by swiping the Sneeds. Let's see what we get. Alright, and we get, what's this guy called? Nosdumu. And this guy's super annoying, guys. It only gives you 15 seconds to take your turns. I'm sure you've probably encountered him before. So we need 14 damage, and we've got it here. So we can attack for 8, 2, 3, and then kill him off with the Hellfire. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next game in just a second. Alrighty guys, back for game 2. So this time we're on the draw, and we're just going to keep this Molten Giant. We don't need this other stuff. Generally guys, when you're mulliganing with this deck, you just want to look out for the Giants, particularly in this matchup. In the aggressive matchups it's a little bit different, but we're not playing in one of those. We're playing against the Druid right now. Alright, so turn 1, nice easy pass. We've drawn pretty well here. We've got 2 Giants, so even if he does have the big game Hunter, we'll be able to play another one on the following turn. And he doesn't have a wild growth here, which is really good for us. Alright, so he just attacks face, which is a-okay with us. Alright, let's just life tap here and pass the turn, get some more cards. Unfortunately though guys, if we life tap next turn, we are going to need to either play something out or waste the coin, which is going to be pretty annoying. So we'll just have to see what happens. Alright, so he doesn't have a Shade of Naxxramas here, he just hits face again. Alright, so guys, so we're going to start off by life tapping. We'll go up to 10 cards here. So this will put us down to 4 cards. And then, so we're going to draw another one on our turn, so these will go back down to 4, so we're able to coin out an Ancient Watcher here, because we're on the draw. But this is another thing, guys, you just really need to be careful of your hand size at all times, and really plan out your turns to make sure that you can do what you want to do. Alright, so here he just has a piloted Shredder, and we're back up to the magic number 4, so we can play out a Mountain Giant here and pass the turn. And let's see what he has. Does he have the big game Hunter? What have you got, BN Oracle? What have you got? Alright, so he's got Innovate and Ancient of War. And that's okay, we've got a pretty good answer for that in the Ironbeak Owl. But we don't have another good follow-up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So here we can pretty safely just go up to 10. And then we'll play out an Ironbeak Owl, silence this guy. So now I've got a decision of we can either attack it or attack face, and we're actually just going to board clear here. We've got another giant, so I don't really mind if he like swipes this or kills it off with the shredder. And because he's already at 30, we're actually going to chuck out this zombie chow as well. It's not going to impact our turn next turn at all because we'll still be able to play Molten Giant and Life Tap. So we're not doing too badly here, although we do need to find some Molten Giants and stuff. We're starting to get a little bit low, depending on what he has. One of the really annoying things about playing Druid in general is you just really need to stay above the 14 health. And it makes the games pretty annoying. Okay, so he does have the swipe here, and then he's probably just going to kill off this zombie chow with the shredder. Although he might go face. And nope. He decides to kill it off for free. So that was pretty bad there for us. It's possible that we should have held on to the zombie chow. Alrighty, so he's attacked us for 1 there, which we're A-okay with. And here I'm actually just going to play out a Sludge Belcher. So we could play out the second Mountain Giant if we want, but that would leave us dead to Innovate plus the combo. So our safest play here, I'm pretty sure, is just a Sludge Belcher. Not an ideal turn. We would have much rather play either the Mountain Giant or a Sylvanas there, but we need to make sure that we don't accidentally die to the combo. In general, for this matchup, I feel like if you can avoid the combo, the matchup's generally in your favour. It can get a little bad that if like the Druid's playing like 2 big game hunters or something like that. But in general, the matchup feels okay as long as you can avoid the combo. Alright, so here he just slams in the Pilewood Shredder into our Sludge Belcher and gets a Mech Whopper. So he could be setting us up for like the second swipe maybe. So he plays a Druid of the Claw, taunts it up, and Hero Powers this off. So it's a shame he did that. If he didn't, we'd be able to slam it into the Druid of the Claw and then play our Hellfire. But now we can't do that. That was really, really mean. Alright, so here we've got a few options. We can Hellfire, but it doesn't really seem that great. We can Siphon Soul this, which isn't too bad, but again, not really that great. We can play second Sludge Belcher. We can play out Sylvanas. Or like a Mountain Giant. We really want to try and draw here if we can. So like we could Life Tap. We could Life Tap, Mountain Giant, and Dark Bomb the Mech Whopper, but then that would leave us dead to, once again, to Innovate Savage Roar combo. So we really don't want to do that, so we're just going to tap, even though it puts us down to 14, and then play out this second Sludge Belcher. Certainly not ideal, but we'll do what we can. So now it's just a matter of, do we want to attack the slime into the Druid of the Claw? I don't think we do. We're happy if his Mech Whopper spends some time killing that. If we put that in there, then he can just put the Druid of the Claw into the Sludge, Hero Power, kill it, and then kill off our second taunt. So leaving this around means that we're more likely to keep a taunt. And here we really need to draw a taunt giver pretty quickly. So either like Defender of Argus or Sun Fury Protector to sort of taunt up this Twilight Drake and or Mountain Giant. So hopefully we can get it pretty quick. We've got some heal though, and we've got answers for whatever he plays, so we're not doing too badly. If he's got Shade of Naxxramas, we can kill it with Hellfire. So let's just see what he has. Second. Okay, so he's playing Keeper of the Grove here, so he's playing pretty aggressively. Okay, into a swipe. Alright, kills that off. Okay, he's just trading the board off here, which is perfectly okay with us. So we can Hellfire Mortal Coil to finish this off, so that gives us a full board clear, but we would be on 10 and we'd die to the combo. But it doesn't really look like we've got many other good plays here. So we'd really like to get a threat down if we do that. We could play out the Mountain Giant first. Because if we do this, then the Mountain Giant will cost 4. So we'd have to play it out first if we do want to play it, and I think we do here. let's just look at our other options. This deck's really good in that it does give you a ton of options, guys. There's always a move, but it can sometimes take a little while to see exactly what the right play is. So we could Dark Bomb this, and then Mortal Coil, finish it off, or then we're still dead to combo. We could Mortal Coil this, not Mortal Coil, sorry, Dark Bomb this, and then heal up, but then we're still dead to combo. So I think we're gonna make this play. We're still dead to combo if we do this, but the benefit of doing this is if he doesn't have combo, we get a threat on the board. So he didn't really have any good way to play around combo here. So we just have to hope he doesn't have it. And he taunts here, so he probably has the combo, but we'll see. Alright, did he just draw it? That would be a massive, massive rub-ins if he just drew it. Alright, so he's got Ragnar. So here we actually really want that to hit face, because we've got the Siphon Soul as an answer. Alright, so it hits face, which is exactly what we wanted it to do. So here we can Siphon Soul this, gain a little bit of life back. And we can kill this off, gain some more life back, and then taunt up. So it wasn't too bad of a turn there. Thankfully he didn't have the combo there to kill us when he when he taunted us there. I really thought he had it, but thankfully he didn't. So the game goes on. If he gives us another turn here, we can do stuff like Twilight Drake plus Defender of Argus, or even Antique Healbot up here. Alright, so he does have Force of Nature, and a few. So thankfully he doesn't have the Savage Roar there to make it lethal, which is pretty lucky. Alright, so now the thing is he going to take the 8 face damage? He chooses not to, which makes sense. He's just decided to board clear. Which is perfectly okay with us. Alright, so we've drawn another Sun Fury Protector here, which is a pretty good draw. And again, guys, you can generally assume there's very few decks, Druid decks out there at the moment playing double combo. So once you've seen part of it go off, you can generally feel pretty safe. So here I'm just going to play... so we're actually going to life tap here and then play Twilight Drake plus Defender of Argus. That play is weak to silence though. So he's already played one Keeper of the Grove. So I'm just trying to work out, would we rather silence him, silence a Twilight Drake than a Sylvanas, and I'm pretty sure we would rather him do that. So we're going to life tap here. Sneed's Old Shredder's pretty good, but he could kill us with something like Druid of the Claw plus the Savage Roar now. So we still want to taunt up. It's worth noting that next turn we can now go Sneed's Old Shredder plus Sun and Fury Protector. Alright, so let's see what he has, if he has the Keeper of the Grove or not. And if he does, we're pretty happy to get out of the way here. Still got 16 cards left. Alright, so he's got a Kel'Thuzad, which is kind of bad for us, although we can deal with it. Alright, so here we just have to hit this to make sure that we kill off this Kel'Thuzad ASAP. We've still got a taunt up. So I'm just working out now whether we can afford to play Sneed's Old Shredder or not. I don't think we can. We really just need to start taunting up here. But the other thing too to think about, guys, is Mind Control tech. I'm not sure if BN Oracle is actually playing it or not, but I really don't want to have 4 minions out if I can help it. I feel like we've got a really good chance here now of winning this game, so I don't want to give him any way back into it. So I think we're actually just going to life tap here. Play an Antique Healbot and a Zombie Chow and just attack face. Alright, so, and so that was actually a huge mistake, guys, there to play the Zombie Chow. I was just autopiloting there a little bit. Now he's got the option, of course, to play the Mind Control tech, which is what we didn't want him to be able to do. Yeah, so pretend that's not in play, guys. That was a really bad play there on my part. So here we could just Siphon Soul to get rid of the Alexstrasza, so we just need to work out what else we want to do. We can afford to life tap here pretty comfortably, so we can Siphon Soul this, get back up to 16, and then we can kill off this, And BN Oracle said that Alex should probably be Dr. Boom. She just gets stuck in my hand too much. And I mean, yeah, that's fair. Alex can be good to get them down in combo range, but Druid's generally pretty good at getting them into that sort of 14 damage range anyway with the rest of their cards, so playing Dr. Boom probably better. Alright, so here Ancient of Laws just to draw some cards, and at this point we have 10, 12, so we actually have 15 damage, so we're 1 damage off, guys. We're really, really close to finishing him off here. Really close. So he'd have a pretty decent swipe here if he has like Innovate Swipe, but he's just got a Shade of Naxxramas. Let's see, can we draw that 1 damage? I'm pretty sure we didn't have any outs to actually deal that 1 damage, sadly. So here I think we're just going to attack face with everything, Shadow Flame this off to kill his board. Because we're either going to be putting the Twilight Drake into the Ancient of Law anyway, so we might as well Shadow Flame. So here it's just a matter of whether we want to go back to playing around Mind Control tech. So he hasn't showed us it yet, but I still think it's worth playing around, simply because we can afford to. So it's just a matter of, do we want to sacrifice the Zombie Chow or the Antique Healbot? And I think we're going to attack with the Antique Healbot. And then attack here, and now we can afford to Shadow Flame the Defender of Argus and keep our Twilight Drake around, which is pretty sweet. And now we can play Sylvanas, and we're in a really good position to win here, and he can't Mind Control tech us. So let's see if he can get his way out of this one. This has been a pretty good game, guys. It's been pretty close. There was a couple of turns there where if he'd had the combo, he would have killed us, but we were able to dodge that for long enough to sort of get out of it. And he is actually playing a second copy of Force of Nature, which I had no idea. So there you go, guys. Sometimes they have it. And I'm a little bit speechless there. I could have sworn he's only playing 1. But there you go. Alright, so he's able to get a full board clear on us there, which is pretty sick. But thankfully we've got the Sneed's Old Shredder. And now that we've seen 2 Force of Natures, we're 100% sure that he doesn't have the second, so we can life tap before we play the Sneeds. There's no point Sun Fury protecting up just one dude when we're on so much life. And didn't realize you played 2 copies of combo. So that's pretty funny. I'm not sure if he had it for the first video or not. I have a feeling that he might have switched it up just to alter my play a little bit, which is really good of him. It makes the video a heck of a lot better when he's doing stuff like that. So as you can tell, guys, BN Oracle's a pretty good player. He knows what he's doing. But he's still in a fair bit of trouble here. We've actually got the Lethal if he doesn't have it. He really wants to find it. Yeah, that's fair. It's pretty good in the meta right now, double combo. And it's mainly so good just because people like me aren't expecting it. Alright, so we've still got the win here. Thankfully, we can just silence this taunt, attack him for 5, and then Dark Bomb him down for Xaxes. Alright, guys, so we managed to get 2-0 here with some pretty close games. Yeah, so I hope you've enjoyed this, guys. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know if you prefer to see me play 2 games rather than just the 1. Yeah, I'm trying to mix up the formats a whole bunch here, so yeah, let me know what you like best. Thanks for watching, guys.